Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for WWE Payback. It's going down this weekend. I'm going to be watching it live with Larson over at the Going In Raw channels, youtube.com/Steven Larson and at twitch.tv/Steven Larson. Hopefully you'll join us. But this is Wrestle Juice. We're here to talk about things that I think should happen at WWE Payback. I know whenever I do these, I come up with some fairly outlandish scenarios that a lot of you don't agree with. And maybe today, given that WWE Payback seems to be not exactly the hottest sort of premium live event that WWE has put on, I feel like there's not a lot of anticipation around this. There's not a lot of buzz around Payback. It feels like a B-level premium live event, and it's been a while since WWE's had kind of a premium live event that's felt like B-level. It's not like this is it's like special location where they're going to feature wrestlers from that location the way, Backlash was there in Puerto Rico. And so there's not a lot of buzz here. There's no big bloodline story. They're sort of on pause right now. Jimmy's supposed to be coming back tonight on SmackDown. I don't think he's going to be available, or he's not going to be doing anything for Payback. So it sort of relies on a lot of Raw storylines like the Judgment Day going after the tag titles. And of course, Seth Rollins defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, and Rhea Ripley defending her title against Raquel Rodriguez. And let's face it, as cool as the Shinsuke stuff has been, and as much as I like Raquel Rodriguez, I kind of get the feeling that most people feel like these matches are a foregone conclusion. I don't think those world titles are going to be changing hands. The tag titles, maybe. We'll see if WWE gives this pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever, any sort of big storyline twists to get people interested in it after the fact, heading into Raw. And we're heading into, what is the next one? There's the Superstar Spectacle in India, but I don't think that's going to be televised. So I don't know. Survivor Series is on the horizon. There might be something between now and then. We'll see. Anyways, this is the video where I tell you guys what I think should happen at Payback, and then you light up my comments with a bunch of stuff calling me a big dummy. Let's start it off with Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Look, the Bloodline's not on this, so you got to figure out what's going to main event. Should it be Seth versus Shinsuke Nakamura? Maybe it'll be the first time that World Heavyweight Championship will have main event at a pay-per-view. But hey, Rhea Ripley's the hot hand right now. Everybody loves mommy. Why not have her main event that pay-per-view against Raquel Rodriguez? And I feel like they should put a match on par with their NXT Last Woman Standing match from a couple of years ago. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. It's a phenomenal match. These two can work really, really, really well together. And instead of your typical Rhea Ripley attacks Raquel Rodriguez before the bell and then squashes her, that they've sort of been doing with Rhea Ripley, either that or just straight up squash matches, make this a competitive match. Give this match 15 to 20 minutes and make it competitive. Make us believe that Raquel could win this thing. And if she puts together a really good performance, you're elevating her in a major way. And she needs to take that next step. Of course, Rhea Ripley should not lose this match because she's a phenomenal champion, and that shouldn't happen until there's somebody in a major way that should take that title off her. But yeah, give the ladies a lot of time. Maybe even consider giving Rhea Ripley the main event. Look, they're going heavy on the Judgment Day stuff. Why not give Rhea Ripley the main event? I think that'd be pretty cool. Next, let's talk about the United States Championship. Rey Mysterio defending his newly won U.S. title against Austin Theory, the former United States champion. Look, Austin Theory is a dead character right now. He is completely cold, and the title ain't going to help him. It didn't help him for the longest time. So Rey's going to win this match. He should win this match, but in the aftermath, in the celebration afterwards, Santos Escobar should probably turn on Rey Mysterio, given that title probably should have been his opportunity in the first place before Rey came in and WrestleMania 9'd it. So Santos Escobar should turn on Rey Mysterio. Maybe he keeps the LWO branding. Let's face it, Santos Escobar at this point is nothing but a lieutenant for Rey Mysterio. And we all saw in NXT that Santos is a lot more interesting when he's leading his own faction, when he's the man, when he's a bad guy. So Santos should turn on Rey Mysterio, but after Rey retains the United States Championship. And then maybe after that, Austin Theory should be sent off the deep end. or he should be sent away for a while. Don't send him back to NXT. But they need to work on his character because he's really doing a whole lot of nothing right now. Let's talk about LA Knight. Yeah, whose game is it? It's his. He should lose. He should lose to The Miz because let's face it, as much as I wasn't really a fan of The Miz doing the LA Knight impression, pretty much everybody else was. I feel like this feud probably has more legs to it. It's probably the best thing Miz has done in a long time. It's adding dimension and some character to LA Knight. It's giving him some reps as somebody other than just a catchphrase guy. It's doing good for him. The fans are really still behind LA Knight, but I think WWE wants to elevate him even further if he can sort of become a more fleshed out character. You can debate all day long whether or not he needed that in the first place. I think it's interesting that they want to see if there's something more there with LA Knight, and maybe that means at this B-level premium live event, he loses. Maybe you have like an on-again, off-again feud with The Miz spanning over the next year or so. The thing that they should have done with Miz and Daniel Bryan, which they kind of did a little bit, do that with LA Knight and The Miz. I think they could be a good foil for each other. Maybe he loses this first one because Miz realizes he can't win and he cheats. And then at a bigger premium live event, I don't know what is next. We're heading into what, September? Survivor Series isn't until November, so there's like an October one, right? Like, I don't know. Hey Siri, what's the WWE pay-per-view in October of 2023? Fastlane. There's a Fastlane pay-per-view in October. That sounds like another B-level. Boy, we're heading into the lull of the fall, huh? Aren't we? My goodness gracious. Anyways, so yeah, LA Knight, I think he should totally lose this, but then get the win back at, I guessed, Fastlane. Whatever. Let's move on. Let's talk about Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. I know a lot of us are probably just sort of waiting for this feud to to be done with. There's been like this feud. I feel like Trish has done some good work here. That's kind of gone unappreciated, but like the feud is sort of meandered. And I feel like it was hampered because they didn't just blow it off at SummerSlam, which is what they should have done, but they elected not to. And so here we are. I think the steel cage match is going to be really good. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. And here's how I think it should go down. Obviously, Becky should just win this and go away from this feud and leave. Zoe Stark should turn on Trish Stratus. I think the one person who's really benefited from this feud the most has been Zoe Stark. She just main evented Raw in a really fun match against Becky Lynch. And I feel like she's ready to take that next step away from being the protege of Trish Stratus. And she should attack Trish Stratus. And then maybe Trish Stratus and her have a match where Trish Stratus on her way out for now puts over Zoe Stark. And maybe she can come back another time. It seems like Trish is having a lot of fun out there doing what she's doing. I like the character that she's slowly developed into this bad guy character. You got to think that maybe she's thinking, man, if things were back in 20 years ago the way they are now, she could have had a lot more fun in the WWE, but it was very weird. On one hand, she was like main eventing Raw with Lita. On the other hand, she was doing the bark like a dog stuff. So I don't know. She seems to be having fun right now because it's a different environment in WWE for the women's wrestling. So I'll be honest. I hope Trish Stratus sticks around, maybe find a fresh feud for her, and maybe that's Zoe Stark. That could be fun. Zoe Stark is a really, really good wrestler, and she's really finding the character stuff lately. And so maybe if she turns on Trish Stratus, there could be some interesting stuff there for her. I hope they don't sort of drop the ball on Zoe Stark once Trish leaves, and they continue to feature her because she's really good. Let's talk about Judgment Day and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I'll be honest with you. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, their tag title reign has not been all that great. I know Kevin Owens was injured for a while, but in terms of like having a story, they've just sort of been dealing with Judgment Day. Before them, it was Imperium. And like, there's been some good matches along the way, but I feel like they're really starting to spin their wheels. I think Judgment Day will probably end up losing this match, but I kind of just want to see those titles away from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I feel like the Judgment Day should win those titles. I don't want to see them break up yet. And I feel like if they lose, they're going to break up. I feel like they're going to lose because Rhea already teased some changes coming to Judgment Day if they do lose. But I just want to see them win. I want to see them be on the same page for at least the amount of time it takes for me to wash my new Judgment Day shirt and then wear it on camera, because I bought one. It came in a couple days ago, and I have yet to do a load of laundry since then. This is a clean shirt. It's actually a bootleg Misfits shirt. I got this. I got this from a bootleg t-shirt vendor in LA a year ago. I don't know why I told you that. Anyways, yeah, Judgment Day should totally win those tag titles because I think that'd be awesome. But that shouldn't be the only tag title. That shouldn't be the only title that Damian Priest wins for the Judgment Day. No. Because let's talk about Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. I don't think Shinsuke has a chance in hell to win that title. Although I feel like that he's had some really cool promos and I like the character they're building for Shinsuke Nakamura. So really, he should lose this match, but he should thoroughly destroy Seth Rollins' back in the process. Maybe he even gets DQ'd by breaking his back so much. Maybe Shinsuke's like, you know what? I don't really care about the title. I just want to break your back even more. So he really trashes Seth Rollins' back to the point he can barely even move. And then Shinsuke leaves, and then Damian Priest cashes in. So Damian Priest walks out of Payback as champ, as a tag team champion and a world champion. And maybe the fact that he's got that world championship, maybe Finn Balor's like, you know what? I know I've got this tag title, but it's not enough. I hate that Damian Priest has that World Heavyweight Championship, and I don't. And that's going to be the cause of the end of Judgment Day. But just hold off on that. I like when Judgment Day's all happy and they're all in a good mood. And lately, they've just been in a bad mood and they haven't been having fun. And then that big-headed JD McDonough's there, and he's not making things any better. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what I think should happen at WWE Payback. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about what I think should happen at AEW All Out. Because what is that card all about? We'll talk about it on tomorrow's episode of Wrestle Juice. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you want to know my predictions for Payback, they're available over at the Friendo Club Wrestling channel, along with our AEW All Out predictions as well. You can get those both right now, so you can know what I think is going to happen with all these matches if you didn't pick up on it during this video. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.